Well, I got you both up and running now. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, well, joining me today on My Real Boot Talk is Pablo of Dimar Shoe Repair and my friend Mario, and we're going to be nerding out on boots today. Welcome, my friends. It is good to see your faces.
You too. Good to see you too, brother. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. So here's a question that I often forget to ask my guests is, what boots are you guys wearing today?
I'm wearing my Alden 405 today.
Good pick.
And I'm wearing my Truman Blue Chias.
Oh, really? You have ink Chiha or the blue Chiha ones as well?
Chia, yeah.
Do you have the smooth out or the rough out?
He's got the smooth out. The smooth out, yeah, and it's flat welt with the Truman lug sole, the recessed lug sole.
Okay.
I think yours is a storm welt there with honey lug. Yeah.
Yes.
That's badass.
That's a rough out though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
one's gorgeous, man.
Thank you. Yeah, this one's the rough out.
Absolutely stunning.
So Pablo, so yours are they cap toe or are they plain toe or?
They're cap toe with the tan stitching. Yeah, so it's a 270 flat welt, white upper thread, white bottom thread, the Truman Commando sole and heel. Yeah, super beautiful boot. I've been wearing them like quite often for the last few months at work. Typically when I wear a boot at the shop, like it gets beat up pretty good. But this leather is so tough, like it's barely even creasing. I give it a quick wipe down and it looks pretty much brand new again. So I know Truman's not like a work boot per se, but I mean it's holding up pretty well. So I'm very impressed.
Like I noticed that with mine too. There's like no creasing at all. Can't really see it on this camera, but they haven't really shown their wear. You know, they're just so resilient. So
they're built like tanks.
Yeah, they really are. So before we really get started, why don't you guys sort of introduce yourselves and talk about like your background and what led you guys to this point. Pablo, you're a professional cobbler. I have your pamphlet here. I kind of gave you your shop a little bit of a brief introduction in a recent video that I did, but so you guys are located in Guelph, Ontario. Yeah, why don't you just kind of give us a rundown of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm a second generation cobbler. My father started the business in 1987 here in Guelph, Ontario, Canada. After I finished college in my early 20s, it was kind of like, what do I do with my life? He offered me the job and I took it and I fell in love with it. And this is 15 plus years ago. So like I'm fairly experienced, I guess. Like I have a lot of years under my belt. I would say the last like 3 or 4 years is kind of where I've started to really excel at what I do and really like get into deeper rebuilds and re-welting and new footbeds and taking everything apart and then learning more about all the boot brands and shoe brands. Like it's not easy to be a cobbler, contrary to what someone might think. It's very, very like skill oriented. You have to have, good hand-eye coordination. You have to be strong to like rip apart a boot. Like, you see the guys in the YouTube videos, like it's hard work. And my dad retired a couple of years ago, so I'm the sole owner now. So it's my shop. We've really kind of shifted towards the recrafting and rebuilding aspect of it. That's kind of what I specialize in, and it's what I am really passionate about. Goodyear welted footwear and Blake stitch construction and stitch down construction. That's kind of like my forte. And meeting Mario, I thought I knew a lot about boots, but I mean, his knowledge is crazy. His collection is crazy. The 3 or 4 months I've known him, I've learned so much more and just kind of have a new appreciation for the craftsmanship that's out there. It's like a never ending journey kind of that we're on, like you're always going to find something new, a new maker, a new producer, a boot that's built with something you've never seen before, a leather you've never seen before, a double welt, a Norwegian welt. Like it's never ending. And that's what kind of drives me and motivates me, every morning when I wake up. I want to learn something new and do something special.
Right. That's well said. Yes, it is a journey, right? Like I used to think that, oh, well, I've got it figured out. I've got the leather thing figured out. I got chromic cell and shell, and that's all there is, right? It's like, wait a second, no. What's really happened recently in recent years I've found is there's so much innovation happening. You know what I mean? Like even with some of these Italian tanneries, they're experimenting around more with like these marbled leathers. It's like, yeah, there's marbled shell, but then they're also starting to experiment around with like just marbled veg tans, and now they're doing like
Yep.
print. Yeah, it's getting nuts. Like they print like pictures of like flowers and stars and I don't know, sunsets onto the leather. It's like it's getting nuts now.
Like you got to change with the times, and like every industry needs innovation. I wouldn't say shoes got boring, but they kind of they hit their peak with I do a lot of vintage shoes, vintage floor shimes. That was like the highest standard of shoe, but you had your shell and you had your calf skin, and that was kind of what there was. And the golden harvest was what everyone wanted too, that color. But now like the spectrum has just exploded, and like to your point, like there's a lot of great tanneries doing great things, so it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and there's so many ways to build a boot. Even you guys have pushed my understanding of how that can come together. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things you can do. It's like limitless, kind of like Beto's Leatherworks. He says, anything's possible. So he's right. Like you can do anything. You don't have to follow the rules and follow the traditions. You can innovate and do things. And I think Andrew from Thursday Boots, he said that he's found new ways of building boots that are better than the old ways. Like there's newer, better ways to actually do things. And I'm open to, because part of what I love the heritage and the craft and the tradition behind it. But I also like this concept of doing something new, creating a new way and making it better than the old ways. So Mario, what's
Yes,
up,
sir.
friend?
Not much, buddy.
Good deal.
You saying that actually, I think you're right. Well, first of all, I think the glues have gotten better.
Mm.
The old days, they relied on a lot more of the stitching and stuff, and boots would come apart a lot easier. But the glues have gotten really, really good. Like we use the Renya here, and
familiar with that.
Cologne. Yeah, it's called Col de Cologne. It's like the best glue you can use. We find that with the glue plus the stitching nowadays, it's like the boots are so well made. And Andrew's right. Like his boot, like I own quite a few pair of Parkhurst, and I haven't gotten a bad pair yet. Let's put it that way. They're so well made. I love that last too. Like his lasts are that new 602 last is phenomenal.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. It fits my foot really well. And you and I have gone back and forth on this. It's like, do you go a half size down or are they true to size? I've gone a half size down, and while that might be technically correct for my foot, I think they do kind of look a little small. Actually, I could grab some of mine. Yeah. These are the Color 8 Dublins. And they're really narrowed out at the toe, but they don't constrict in any way. So, and the main reason for that is because though it looks sleek in the toe, it's right here in the waist is quite generous. Do you have that same experience? Like it's generous fitting right in the center where like probably the bulk mass of my foot's volume is located is like right here anyways.
I agree. It's the forefront where he puts the E-width, he says on his site, right? And that's why he can take that toe and taper it in a bit more. That last is like you got the same foot as I do, except mine's maybe a little more voluminous. But basically, that last and like say Grant Stone's last, they're quite similar.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, except that one's a little more sleek. But I just find his lasts they fit me perfect. And I'm the same way. Like I wear a 9 in like Alden.
Okay.
In the True Balance last, but I need a 9.5 in Parkhurst.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm saying like just to get that same feel.
Yes.
More true to size, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've gone back and forth in my head on that too, because my 8.5 Grant Stones definitely fit larger than my 8.5 Parkhurst, and I wonder, should I be a 9? It's they work fine with thinner socks, right? And so I know that they're technically the right size, and I know the length is probably the length in the Parkhurst is the same as the Truman. I think the Grant Stone is maybe a half size longer, but the Grant Stones are sort of like they have sort of like the the low toe box.
Yes.
And so if I go down to an 8, it'll like hurt me right here. And so that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
increase the length there. But
Yeah.
I think I could wear either or in Parkhurst. I think I could wear 8.5 or 9. So,
The thing is that in Parkhurst depends what leather. If
Yeah.
it's the kudu, I can get away with a 9 with a
Okay.
very thin sock.
Gotcha.
But like I got the double shot and I got my rough out and my wax commanders.
Yeah.
They're all 9.5 because 9 was just too tight.
That makes a lot of sense. Well,
Yeah, I don't know why, but the kudu worked.
And you should never have a number in your head of what size you are.
Yeah.
Because every manufacturer uses different lasts. So what an 8.5 in one company is, it's not going to match up with the next company.
Yeah.
So, and I know you touched in one of your previous videos too about how you're starting to play with widths.
Mhm.
And like that's something Mario taught me too. I was going 10D in a lot of boots, and then I switched to 9.5 double E and some boots. And to me, it's a better fit. It's more bespoke. You know, it's kind of hugging your toe a little bit, but there's enough width to where your toes are, you know, relaxed and flat, and it's not pushing up. And then the 10D sometimes is a little too long, and then, you know, you feel a little clunky. So yeah.
Definitely. That's a good point. I recently got some Grant Stones in 8E down for my 8.5D. And, you know, yeah, it's like ultimately I can't really tell the difference, like, but they do just feel like they fit just a little bit more custom, you know?
Yeah.
That's the best way I could put it. Now I really want to take Mario's advice and try the 7.5 triple E. That's like the next step.
Oh, wow.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And you know what? Randy taught me that.
Yes.
Yeah. Spoke to him
Right.
for hours about sizing, Dale. I learned a lot from that man.
Man, I wish I had more time speaking to him.
It's gonna be, yeah.
He's
He's a wealth of knowledge, man. Just
truly a
just something else. He was good, man. Like that's the guy I took all my advice from, and yeah, you know what? Everything he's told me works.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I went to like the next pair I buy, I'm doing the, you know, if it's not sold out 90% of the time, because everyone's kind of caught on, they're usually sold out. So I gotta go with my 9E. Yeah. But I would definitely go 8 triple E myself. You would be good with a 7.5 triple E.
Right.
Whereas Pablo here would be good with, I would say, a 9 triple E if he was gonna, because he wears like a 10E.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he would go 9. You come down one full size and go up 2 width sizes.
That's really cool advice. Yeah, Randy, when I was there at the Grant Stone warehouse, he went and got these, and he's like, so I wear the 8.5. So this is the Saddle Tan Veg Diesel, the Badalassi Diesel.
One of my favorite boots.
Seriously. And I have another friend.
Leather sole too, right?
Oh God, yeah.
I love their leather soles.
The most comfortable boot I own.
Yes, seriously. So these are 8.5D, and he went and he got the 7.5 triple E. He's like, here, try these on, and I'm like, whoa, that's a good fit.
Yeah, actually, it'll probably be a better fit, Dale.
Yeah, it probably is. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have about an inch space in front of my toe,
which is normal, 3/4 to an inch. Yeah.
Right. And so with those, it was like, it was just brought in a little bit more, but then the instep was like sort of widened out some, opened up more.
Yeah. It's like those boots I bought off you, those Benzine.
Yes.
That's the way they fit. My toes like a quarter, like a half, not even, like maybe 3/8 away.
Yeah.
But the width is there.
Right.
The instep's there. The width is the right width. The instep's perfect. That's what I find feels better.
Well, first off, I'm so glad that you have those and you're happy with those, because man, they were sitting like in this slot for months, and I just didn't know what to do with them, because I tried them on once and I'm like, oh, there's just so much volume in that instep. I know I'm not going to be happy with these, and so I just let them sit. And I finally did the video on them, and I'm like, you know, let's see if somebody, you know, wants these. Hopefully it'll fit somebody. They'll find a good home. And yeah, the fact that they found a good home, I'm just so happy about that, because ultimately I want this stuff to get used, and yeah, that was such a large it was a strangely large instep, I have to say. Like even these fit me perfectly. They're longer even than the benzines, but the benzines just had this like massive instep built into it.
Well, you got to remember, because he accommodated for the width.
Yes.
So now that, to me, that's a triple E. To me, that's like Grandstone's 8 triple E.
Right.
Exact same size. That's exactly how they fit.
I agree with that. You definitely were built for a larger foot than mine. So I'm glad you got them. I'm glad you're wearing them.
Thank you for that, because I have one of those large feet.
Yeah.
They fit perfect, Dale. I'm telling you. I wore them yesterday actually for the shop.
Okay.
I got comments all day. Yeah, dude. They were fantastic. Like, I mean, they're just perfect.
That makes me so happy to hear.
Well, that last is like perfect.
Yeah. It really is. And now Navy Shrunken Bison from Law Tanning, that's a Palisades tannage bison. Actually,
what's that mean?
Palisades, that's just so they have what's called Longhorn bison, and then they have Palisades bison. So this is considered Longhorn Shrunken Bison. So this is black Shrunken Bison Truman boot. The Longhorn, I think, is aniline dyed. So it's stained. Palisades, I think, is the other one. It's not aniline. It's a different tannage. I think it's got more of like a plated, waxy finish on the outside. It creates that really rich, vibrant color, similar to the Gen X leathers that I've been working with from Tasman recently. Okay. Really, really rich, vibrant colors, but it's not aniline stained. Because when you're talking about an aniline dye, it's think of it like stained versus painted. So the Longhorn's going to be stained, which is aniline dyed, and then the Palisades is going to be painted, if that makes sense. What's cool about that particular pair is that was a Boot Avengers MTO. So now you're an honorary member of the Boot Avengers. So
thank you very much. I feel like an Avenger.
Actually, if you were going to be an Avenger, which one would you be?
Probably the Hulk, just because I'm big.
Yeah. Hulk smash.
Yeah, Hulk smash. I was a tin knocker for 31 years, so I smashed sheet metal for quite a long time.
Wow.
So
definitely the Hulk then. Yeah, I think I'm somewhere I think I'm probably Peter Quill.
You're Captain America, man.
Oh man, no.
You're Captain America.
Pablo's Captain America. He's got the guns. I don't have the guns to be Captain America. If I'm really dreaming, maybe I like to think of myself as Thor.
That's a beautiful hammer, by the way, man. Yeah, you are Thor. Yeah, there you go. You're Thor.
I would love to be Thor. I don't think I'm Thor, but I'd love to be.
That's actually, I got a hammer leather wrap like that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My hammers are all leather wrapped too. That's awesome. Oh. Yeah, it looks like my sheet metal hammer.
Okay.
Same thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a quality hammer, sir.
Yeah, this is the Berry Mall, and it's 36 ounces, I think. Yeah. Anyways, it's 3 or 4 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at Pablo's got to see that. Here he comes.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at his mallet. Oh, wow. Look, leather wrapped like my sheet metal hammer.
It came like that, or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not putting any marks on the leather when you hammer down. Like that's perfect.
This is called the Berry Mall mallet, and I think it's 36 ounces. I think that's the one I ordered. Leather handle. I call it Mjolnir. Thor's hammer. That's what I like. It's heavy duty. Like I can't use it for very long because it's overkill. Like when I'm hammering,
but the hammer does all the work.
The hammer does all the work,
right?
It does all. Yeah. I just drop it and it just.
You know what? I'd love to have a leather wrapped handle. Like that's so cool.
Actually, I was wrong. It's called Berry King. I'll send you guys the link. They're a little bit of an investment. I think this was like $90 from I think I got it from Weaver Leather or Buckle Guy, one of those two. But yeah, a little bit of an investment, but I mean, you got a hammer for life. So
Do you guys have a tandy leather in the States?
there's a
That's
tandy
awesome.
leather about 5 miles from me, actually. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where
Because
I.
that's what we use as our supplier.
Oh, really? Okay. Tandy, good stuff. This is a side note. I actually didn't do a video on this, but my oldest daughter's quinceañera was in December. And my youngest daughter, she just turned 7. And it was the cutest thing. This was like 6 months ago. She said, because I took her to Tandy once, and she was like, she sees me making all these bags. She's like, Daddy, we have to go to the leather store. You have to make me a bag now. And so, so we went, and she picked out 2 really good leathers. She picked out it's like a pink suede, and it's such a, it's such a low temper leather that the suede actually felt like more of a fabric, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't feel like leather. It felt like almost like a drapey fabric. So she picked out blue, yeah, like a sky blue and a pink. Sky blue similar to this. And so I built them both the same, both my daughters the same bag out of that from Tandy. And so that was I didn't make videos on it or post about it just because like I didn't think, my followers would be into like a little girl bag, you know what I mean? But
Sentimental value.
yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, how did you guys get into boots? Like maybe start from the beginning and tell me how your boot journeys have both gone.
Well, I'll go first. It's quite simple. Mine really started once I met Mario a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
I had Red Wings in the past. Like that was kind of, what, and they're a great boot. Don't get me wrong, but that was kind of what I thought was kind of the best boot around.
Yeah.
So I had a couple pairs of Red Wings. I had a pair of rag and bone boots. They were Goodyear welted too. Like not a bad boot. Last few months I've added like 10, 15 pairs to my collection. Parkhurst, Grant Stones, Truman, Alden, Red Wing. So yeah, it's definitely it's a more recent thing where I've really become obsessed with it. I've loved shoes, obviously, shoes and boots for years because it's what I do. And like, if you don't have a passion for what you do, then why are you doing it? Type deal. In terms of collecting, it's definitely more recent. And even on my phone, I'll have like 9 tabs open or 10 tabs, and it's all different bootmakers. So every day I'm going on, I'm seeing if they have any deals, if they have any new drops, any new leathers, an MTO. So that's kind of where I'm at now, like a kid in a candy store, I guess.
Yes.
Basically, I've been in work boots since I was 16.
Okay.
So I've been in boots basically my whole life. I mean, I've been in boots so long that I don't have hair from my ankle up like 9 to 10 inches.
Wow. That's awesome.
Wearing a shoe is not like even normal feeling for me. So for me, boots have been part of my life since I was 16.
Wow.
And I've been I'm 47 now.
Okay.
So it started with like a pair of Docs. You start realizing what quality, and it didn't feel right on my foot, and and then I worked my way up, and it started with a Red Wing, and then I started finding, researching, and I just started working my way up basically, until I started hitting the Grant Stones, the Parkhurst, the Trumans, and then I started getting into the higher end. I've actually got quite a few Grail boots in my collection. I got like 2 pair of John Lofgren. I got Trickers, Genies, 2 pair of boots from Creosote from Gabbard. So I got 2 pairs coming there. I got like 11, 12 pair of Alden. I just started working up, and now I'm finding myself basically, I'm stuck between like 4 or 5 companies, which is usually Grandstone, Parkhurst, Truman, Alden, and I'll do the one-offs like Indonesian boots. Like I got some Renap goods, and then I started getting into that stuff like Indonesian, and lately I've been just buying Indonesian. Like my last 20 pair, I think, were Indonesian boots.
Yeah, you sound like you're on a similar trajectory to me then, because
yeah, you know what? it's been natural. It's just the natural evolution.
Yes.
Like Grant Stone is that price range is where I start at now, and
Yeah.
work my way up. And I mean, for what you get with a Grant Stone, basically you're getting a $500-$600 boot for that price. So to me, they're just as good as a pair of Alden.
I'm with you 100%. That's why I just don't buy Alden anymore. It's like Aldens are $600 now.
Yeah, you got to really be like, I'm an Alden freak, so
Yeah.
But that's just my thing, right? So
Right.
but I mean, I haven't bought a pair in a while, so
Yeah.
bought a lot of Grant Stone though.
Yeah, me too. Exactly. Yeah, I love my Aldens. I love them. They're my first boot, really. My first real boot was the Alden 403 and 405.
Yeah.
The Chrome Excel and the calfskin. I got both of those. I still have both of them. Love them. The indie boot, like it was my intro into boots. For Grant Stone, I just feel like objectively almost you're getting a better boot for a 30-40% less. It's crazy. As much as I love Alden, it's like they just keep hiking their prices every year, and I can't keep, it's not that I can't, it's just that
I refuse.
yeah, and the rare shell, the games they play with the rare shell to kind of get me to, it's like, okay, well, if I really wanted a Ravello, I would just hit up one of the Indonesian makers. They could probably get it and make it for far less. And, I don't have to be on a list for 10 years before I even get the offer for Ravello. You know what I mean?
And probably make it better too, Dale.
Yeah, and probably make it better. Exactly. Yeah. With Truman, like I just got these in before we started the recording. We were talking about these Noble Ink Ramblers.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, man.
Yeah, we've got perforated cap toe, 20 last little sprung bump in the toe.
That's crazy, man. I love that. I love that 20 last. I think I'm buying 20 last from now on.
Me too. It's like I'll get the occasional 79, but the 20 is like where it's at. One of my favorite features about it is this roll top, this rolled edge at the shaft too. Yeah. And then I think
I just got one. Actually, I'm waiting for my smoky gray. I just bought the smoky gray Mohawk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I should be getting that in about a month.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that you like that rolled finish, because I wasn't sure.
Yes.
How it would turn out.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a big fan of that. Like my Lofgren all have that. My Aldens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like the roll tops myself. But.
Yeah, me too. Like I go back and forth with it. Like on this pair, I don't have it, but on certain pairs it really looks sharp. So.
Oh yeah. When it's a contrasting color, I think it really looks. It just likes the boot looks more finished.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it does. You're right. It looks totally more like finished and
refined.
Yeah, refined. And not to mention, like this ink is a good color, or is a good name for this color, because it looks like the ink from a pen.
Ink, yeah, right.
Yeah. No, that's a gorgeous boot, Dale.
Yes, thank you. I love it.
I'm a big fan of your Oxblood and your Coach Ramblers in the mock toe.
Yes.
Those are absolutely incredible. Why don't you hold those up?
Thank you. I actually have them. I have them right here. I haven't worn any of these yet.
I'm jealous. I think I'm going to get a pair.
I think you love them.
That's incredible.
Thank you. I think you would really love these.
And I like that sole. That crepe sole is my favorite crepe sole.
Yeah. This is the Sahara Wedge, they call it. It's a Vibram Sahara Wedge sole.
Yeah. I like it because it's got that little heel on it.
Yes.
It's got that little bit of heel on it.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah. It's cool because it's one piece, It's all just one piece. It's on a typical boot, you've got the heel is an extra piece, right?
Yes.
But here it's like, nope, it's all
it's all in one shot.
Easy.
Very comfortable.
I think Truman did a really good job with just the finishing on this, and I really think the edge here is just so attractive, the way that it meets up with the leather.
That's crazy. I think they did a fantastic job, period, on their mock toes. They're phenomenal, man.
what's interesting about their mock toes, I just got these Red Wings in. A buddy sent me these to review. But the
Are
mock,
those the sawmill? Are those the sawmill?
I'm not sure.
I think they're the sawmill.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're copper rough and tough.
Yeah.
8.5D. Yeah.
Now, which ones fit better?
Oh, I haven't tried on these yet. These are the Trumans are 20 last mock toes.
Oh, okay.
I haven't tried either on actually yet, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay.
Probably the Trumans, if I had to hazard a guess.
Yeah, they look like they'll fit better.
Yeah, but
they just look lasted better. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Truman's doing such
Yeah.
a good job, especially with the curvature of the heel back here too.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Really
It's
good.
just an all-around better build.
Yeah, definitely. But one thing that I noticed is like the way that the mock toes are stitched is very similar, right? Because I think they're separate pieces of leather. I think
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, the vamp and the
vamp.
wall are two different pieces just stitched together.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Usually those are hand stitched, that mock toe.
Right. Yeah, and I could tell that
Not-
Red Wing yeah. I think Red Wing like sort of finishes theirs so that you can't see the split, but on the Trumans you can actually see the split. My camera sucks, but you can.
Oh, I like that look. I like that look better.
Yeah.
Tell you the truth.
Yeah. I think they're both really cool, but yeah. So, but
yeah, that Truman's killer.
Yeah, it's the upland, so it's gonna be taller too. So
yeah, and it's just like the way it's curving around your heel there.
Yes,
Truman does a great job at that.
Oh yeah,
It's fantastic.
They've really grown into their own. I think a lot of people think that like I have some sort of special relationship with them, and like I do, like I talk to them, but I legitimately love that brand and their products, and their acumen for picking leathers to run is so good. Like they're so good at choosing leathers to build their boots out of. I really just appreciate them as a company. I think they're doing it just a fantastic job.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people think I just shill for them, but it's like I see a lot of value in this company, like truly, So, same with Grant Stone. Like I think they're doing something fantastic in the boot world. Yeah, from a workmanship perspective, from a design perspective, from a leather sourcing perspective, from an ethical perspective. I think both companies do a really good job. That's why I have like pretty much probably 30 pair from each company at this point. So, yeah.
The QC of Grant Stone, I think, is second to none.
Oh,
second to none.
So good.
There's no, and Truman is right there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're very responsive to the problem. Like they have great customer service.
Yeah.
That's true. They've
And
both
from a cobbler standpoint, we'll let Pablo tell you how they're built.
Right.
Oh, I mean, Trumans are tanks. I mean, structurally they're incredible. You got different sole options. You can get the Vibram, the lugs, the wedges, the 700, the 430s. So I mean, like they're very recraftable, rebuildable. Grant Stone, like I love their the SPI, the stitch per inch on their welts. Like it's so tight. So yeah, I mean, both are incredible. And to me, it starts with the footbed. And both have like those nice thick veg tan beds. So that's the foundation of the shoe, like in my eyes. And then you build from there. So
right, that makes a lot of sense. Yes, so you've recrafted like Alden's, Grant Stone's, Truman's, Viberg probably. Yeah, because I mean you got Viberg in Canada. So do you see a lot of Viberg coming through your shop since it's Canadian?
I don't get a lot of Viberg. I mean, I get tons of Red Wings. From what I'm aware, like Viberg's really big in the States, in particular New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they got a huge like cult following there, and they do
Yeah.
like the pop-ups where they have like, you know, sales and all sorts of models and stuff. In
Yes.
Canada, I think it's more like the logger boots and like the work boots, where that's the market that Canada has. But
Oh,
yeah, I've definitely seen Viberg's come through, and like Mario had a pair of his Toscana horse butt Vibergs, which
okay.
we converted to 360 Goodyear split welt. That was a super fun project.
That is so cool. So of all the brands you've worked on, like you touched on Truman and Grantstone are probably some of the ones you're most impressed by.
Yep.
Are there? I'm just trying to think because I've never recrafted a boot before. I've seen one recrafted in person, but I've never seen like the inside of a Grantstone or the inside of a Truman yet. So like from your perspective, like what are some of the brands you're most like impressed by when you take them apart?
I mean, there's some that like at their price point you think you'd be more impressed by. I always find whites are like absolute tanks. Nicks are absolute tanks. I've had JK boots like just, I think Mario said like 14 pieces of leather from like the footbed to the bottom of the shoe with all the built-in art. Like it's like some of these are just like outrageous. Some of the best shoes are the vintage shoes too, like from the 60s and 70s, because that's before like all the man-made materials entered the manufacturing process. So, you know, like then you had all the polyurethanes and PVCs. So the Goodyear well construction kind of took a backseat to cheaper manufacturing. Like I said before too, like definitely the most common brand of boot I see are Red Wings. So here in Canada, I mean, they have a very strong hold on the boot market. And Red Wings are built great. I mean, they really are. And like I said, like it starts with like the footbed, and Red Wing uses like a thick veg tan leather footbed. You know, they use a good gemming. You know, their welts are solid, the leather's solid, and they're super easy to rebuild because a well-built boot or shoe shouldn't be hard to take apart and rebuild, because you know you don't have all these fused man-made materials that are just like melting and disintegrating like on your workbench. Like it's wild, man, sometimes when you get the lower quality boots. And even lower quality brands, they're still like not that far of a price point, like especially when you talk about Grant Stone. Like the bang for the buck is just like incredible. And same with Red Wing too. Like they started a good price point. Truman has a good price point. So
This is a pair of Red Wing in copper rough and tough mock toes that
yeah,
a buddy of mine, they just sent me to review. I haven't tried them on yet, but yeah, like they're definitely solid work boots. Like I haven't been the biggest Red Wing collector over the years, just because I feel like if you look on YouTube, there's so many accounts that sort of they talk about Red Wing a lot, and it's just kind of a brand that's always had like a ton of attention on it. And so that's sort of why I wanted to steer around that. And my focus was always on like the Aldens and the Vibergs, and eventually that progressed into Truman and Grantstone, because I was seeing Grantstone as basically sort of doing a similar thing to Alden, just at a lower price point. And
yep,
same with Truman. I was seeing Truman like sort of doing a similar thing to Viberg, and
yep,
like 30% less. So it's like, okay, the Red Wing are, you know, I could tell they're sort of like slapped together. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're usually deconstructed, but like it's not that the Red Wing QC is bad. It's just that I could tell they're sort of rushed when they put them together. Like the stitching is just sort of like done real quick. You know, I could tell they kind of do it real quick on a machine. And
yep,
their hardware isn't like, this hardware isn't super robust either. It's like
yep.
I could like pinch that down with my finger if I
You
wanted
did with
to.
your fingertips. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas the Truman hardware is really solid.
right, exactly. Yeah, the stuff Truman.
The hook, yeah, no, it's legit.
Yeah, yeah, it's like super, like just thick, hardy
Yeah,
hardware.
yeah,
Like their speed hooks there's no way you could
Yeah.
crimp down those
Pinch them down, or yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to be doing is working or be out, and then one of your hardware fails, right?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I've had that happen on my Aldens. The Aldens hardware is their speed hooks are super like almost flimsy. And
Yeah.
whereas
It's a softer steel.
yeah, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And so yeah, so it's like give and take sometimes, but yeah, that's why I've really settled on like the Truman and the Grant Stone. But one thing you were talking about earlier is like it's kind of interesting because I think you and Mario have a similar dynamic as like me and my cobbler that's located near me, Sonny, my friend Sonny. He's got the expertise, right? He's got like the know-how, the workmanship, expertise, knowledge. I'm coming in with stuff that he's never heard of before until I started bringing them to him. You know what I mean? And so I think it's cool that you guys like sort of have that same symbiotic relationship where it's like Mario's he's the collector and he's bringing stuff to you and you sort of feed off of each other. And now Mario can also resole boots, which is super cool. That's something I'd like to eventually learn how to do too.
We have the like the no ego kind of mindset where like I like tell me everything you know and I'll tell you everything I know, and it's just going to better our knowledge of footwear. It's that simple. Like I want to absorb and suck in everything possible, and there's only so much you can get from like Facebook shoe and boot groups and surfing Instagram and stuff like that. But when you actually talk to someone who has a collection, knows the last, knows the sizing, knows the different leathers, knows stitching and what to look for, and the heel counters and a bulbous toe and an unstructured toe. You got to just take that all in because you're going to learn so much.
You know what? I can size the both of you.
That's right.
In like 10 different shoe companies.
No, he can, man.
Like to a T.
He just sees a boot. He's like, that's going to fit you perfectly. He's like, no, that's not going to fit you.
Yeah.
Let me try it on. No, don't waste your time.
Yeah. Like I've already got your sizes down, and like I'll tell you, you want to know what you know in Lofgren, I'll tell you what size. You want to know in benzene or orthodo or.
And same with my friends too, who
whites.
Yeah, like my friends, he sees their feet. He's like, all right, you're an 8.5 double E. So if Mario ever has a pair of boots that too snug, he wants to sell them off. Like he's like, all right, call this friend, let him know I have this. It's spectacular.
Yeah. Like I learned a lot by making mistakes.
Yeah, me too.
So
yeah. Me too. I think we all do.
Yeah, man. So you get to a point where it's like you, right? You know what'll fit you. Like even those Benzines again. I could tell by looking at your video that those were gonna fit. Ask Pablo. I said, I'm buying those, they're gonna fit me perfect.
Yeah.
I wore them yesterday.
Wow.
And they fit like a glove.
They fit like a glove.
Beautiful leather, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That Navy Palisades is super nice. And actually Law Tanning developed that Navy bison for the Boot Avengers. And I was telling Mario earlier, he's now an honorary Boot Avenger because
You should pull up that Newman shell. Have you ever seen Newman shell? Let's pull up some boots that you're not maybe familiar with.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So here's a pair of Meerman, and Pablo can tell you the rest because he owns a pair himself.
Yeah, these are Navy Museum shell.
Yeah.
What tannery?
That's Recaro.
Okay.
Recaro shell.
And I mean, they're spectacular. They're a 360 split welt, insanely tight SPI. Like the stitching is on the welt.
9 SPI, I believe.
It's crazy. They have that recessed lug sole, the lug heel, and just like I'm holding this in like fake light, like we're indoors. And then when I wore them outside, it was like a completely different boot. Like the color spectrum just like takes off because there's yellow like patina with the like these are hand painted. It's just, I mean, from inside to outside, insane, the difference.
And what Meerman does different than everyone else is they got an UltraFlex system, they call it. And it has the UltraFlex system. It's comfortable right out of the box.
And what is the UltraFlex system?
What they do is they add another layer of,
is it
foam, I believe, in between the cork and the footbed. So it's comfortable like right off the hop. I mean, it's all fully lined with a buttery soft calf.
The finishes
are flawless. Like
the heel stack, like it's burnished, and
the
then
fudging.
waxed. Yeah, like the welt's all fudged. So like talk about like bang for your buck, like great price point.
Like that's $550.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous. Beautiful boots.
$550 for those. That's
Don't
like,
they work to do. And then also here we got a Karsa. This is from Indonesia, Ortodu. And I mean, this is like glass, Dale. These guys they got the logger heel.
yeah.
Dr. Soul.
Dr. Soul half sole heel.
And show them the welting. It's so like hand welted, Badalassi olive tan. So that's the Badalassi tannery.
Triple stitched all around.
Yeah.
The heel. You got a leather insert here on the heel counter, extra support.
Yeah.
Great.
You got the Badalassi tan pull up.
I mean, like, I don't know if you can see, but like the edging, when I saw these, I was just like, how on earth did they accomplish this? It's phenomenal.
Right.
And talk about bang for your buck too, like the Indonesian brands.
Yeah.
And these are all handmade.
Yeah.
Right.
Old fast.
You know, yeah, like a lot of the bigger manufacturers, when they do a Goodyear welt, they zip it on the machine, right? It's 10 seconds, the boot's done. But here, like, everything's hold fast by hand.
Yeah, no gemming. No gemming on this. It's all right through the footbed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hand stitch the welt to the sole. Like, this is a handmade boot, and it's, you know, almost nicer than anything you see from a factory.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
That's what you consider handcrafted.
100% handcrafted.
Yeah. And then here's another version. This is actually a collab between them and Boot Hunter. He's actually got his own IG account. This one's actually got the Norwegian welt.
So that's a chain stitch through the upper.
Hold fast construction.
And then it's also a stitch down?
Yes.
Into
yeah. So what he does is he stitch down, but he only comes halfway across the welt.
And then it's a midsole that is stitched down in the corner, and then the midsole sticks out, and then he outsole stitches the sole as well to the midsole. So it's like,
it's not going anywhere.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen this kind of boot construction.
Show them the bottom.
And then they got the V100 lug sole with the V100 heel.
And about 50 screws.
Yeah, I got a bunch of screws for reinforcements. Like, these are like,
that's the I call it the monster truck, the monster truck of boots.
Beautiful. And they got that the Woodsman heel too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they make some nice boots, but like for the price you pay for these Indonesian boots, those guys should be like, they're way underpaid.
Oh.
I think, yeah,
yeah. They need a pay raise. That's for sure.
Yeah, but see, they think they're getting one up on you.
Not at all. Those are battle ready right there.
Yeah. And here's some of Pablo's work. Actually, we just finished these the other day. I'll let Pablo tell you what he did to them.
Yeah, I got a couple of pairs that we finished at the shop yesterday. This is Alan Edmonds Park Abs, and we did a new JR leather full sole and heel. These are mangled. Like, all the shoes I get rebuilt, they're crushed, man. Like, people don't use shoe trees, they don't condition them. When I give, the footwear back to the customer, I'm always anticipating like, wow, they look incredible. And a lot of times, I don't know if they're like shocked or like they just, they're shy, but I never get kind of the response of like, I can't believe you did that. But anyways, I remember we sent you the Iron Rangers too. So this is another pair I did. So these were converted from the 430 sole. So I added a midsole on these ones, leather, and then the Vibram 1136 sole. So these are definitely like a more traction aggressive sole. Original welt. So kind of got to hit all the original holes when you stitch. Yeah, these are pretty rough shape too. And these are the laces that we're selling now too, the Paracord. So it's a 9-strand Paracord lace, metal aglets. This is the brown camo. And then this pair is the 9105. I think this is the Rover model. These were like, they were like an accordion the way the guy wore them. Twisted, like scuffed, like you wouldn't believe. We did the new Christie outsole, the white Vibram midsole, reuse the same welt. They may not look like brand new, but compared to what they came into to where they are now, it's like it's night and day difference. And I'll post them on our pages later too.
Okay, cool, man.
Also,
beautiful work.
Yeah. Also, too, we convert a lot of Doc Martens. We take the whole sole off in one shot.
Yeah,
it's so easy. You just cut the stitches and pull.
This is the Doc that was converted to 360 leather split welt.
Whoa.
With the leather midsole and then the Vibrant 1136 lug sole.
Okay.
And then we keep the yellow stitching on the welt. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of gives it that Doc feel with the yellow. But yeah, I mean, it goes from like a PVC accordion sole to like a properly built boot. Leather steel shanks we put in too because the Docs don't have shanks.
Okay.
So you can literally like just fold them in half and touch the toe to the heel. So yeah, I mean these are absolute tanks now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what are you thinking about some of the Indonesian boots?
Yeah, I love them. They do phenomenal work, especially for the price point. These are my Grigio horse rumps.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Yeah, from Renav Goods. I've really been impressed with Renav Goods. I really like that company.
Them and Tahura. I love those two.
Those two. Those are my favorites. I really have had good luck with them with sizing and with customer service. And I really like that Renav Goods takes half price up front. So
yes,
it doesn't feel like you're paying very much for at all for what you're getting. Like I think I put like $240 down and $240 to finalize it once they were done. And what a steal. Like
it makes it easy to buy, right? Because you don't have to swallow it all at once, right? So
right. Yeah, exactly. And they're just nice people. They're easy to work with. They're happy to work with you. And yeah, I really have enjoyed going through the Indonesian brands. Yeah. Great time, great experiences.
Actually, I think I got like 5 or 6 pairs from Tahura coming. I got 2 pairs from Junkert.
Okay.
5 pair from Texture.
Wow.
Sagara.
I got 2 pair from Sagara.
Santalum.
I got 1 pair from Santalum, 1 pair from Renav. Oh, Quan the Shoemaker. Oh, XBSS. Oh, and Imperium. I got 2 pair from Imperium and 2 pair from XBSS coming.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
You've got a truckload on the dude. I can't wait to see what you get.
You know what? I think they're all coming in roughly within like a month of all of each other.
Oh man, you're gonna come home. The delivery man's just gonna stack them like a pyramid in front of your front door.
Yeah, I think I should take a picture. I got my wife ready for the shock. So.
Oh, that'll be hilarious. Oh man. Oh, and Pablo, I wanted to ask you a question about that apron. That is sweet apron. Where did you get that thing?
It's not a cool story whatsoever. I'm actually embarrassed I'm not embarrassed because my fiance bought it for me.
Okay.
But she bought it from Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not, it wasn't a local craftsman, or I didn't make it myself, which I could. But, like with me, like it was, I couldn't find time to make my own because I was so busy at the time. Like I was working like 6, 7 days a week. Christmas was around the corner, so she got it for me. And actually, it's a really nice apron. It's like an oil tan, like a brown oil tan leather, probably like three or 4 ounces. And like it's actually saved my body quite a few times.
I'm
Like there
sure.
are quite a few like knife gashes,
Whoa.
where you're you're cutting a sole or something, and your knife goes. It's body armor. It's done me well.
Man.
And the more you wear it, like the more patinas, the more character it gets.
Right.
And then it shows that you're working hard, and I think customers love it too whenever they see it.
Exactly.
But I put a lining on it, just like a piece of canvas, heavy duty. Yeah, because actually, I guess the tanning. I don't know if it's oil tan leather in general, but this leather, like specifically, the oils were bleeding through like the inside, so I would get like oil marks on my pants and my shirt. So I had to line it to stop that from happening.
That makes sense. That's really nice though. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah, sometimes the oil can bleed through. And actually, I'm making Mario a backpack right now. So if you want, I'll make you another apron if you want to pick the leather.
Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, let me see that apron. That is sick, dude.
That's the
I think that you'll like that, man.
Yeah. For sure.
That's killer.
Yeah.
I love the pockets on it too.
Yeah.
That comes in handy. You can put your tool in there for a minute while you're doing something.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And part of what I like about this bottom pocket is I let this is the natural contour of the leather. I didn't cut that.
Oh, wow.
So I just incorporated that. So
that is awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's crazy, man. That's good thinking. That's cerebral. That's what I like.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So I made one for myself and one for my cobbler, Sonny. And similar to like what Pablo was saying, the customers like to see that. It makes it look like you're like an old world type of a craftsman. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I'll slap one together for him if he wants one. And when I finish up with your bag, I'll ship it, and I'll throw in I'll do an apron too. I'll throw it all into one package and ship it up to you guys.
That's nice of you, Dale. We appreciate that, buddy. Your bags are incredible, man.
Oh, thanks.
I've seen your work where you started.
Yeah.
And where you are now. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like you've really come a long way, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Like your bags look so professionally made. Like that last one you did for the guy in France.
Yeah.
That was incredible. Like just stunning. From the leather right to the last stitching. It's just piece of art, man.
Thank you so much. Honestly, like Phil from Ashland Leather says, the leather kind of does a lot of the work for you. You know what I mean? Like I did the design and everything and I put it together, but like honestly, no matter what you build out of that stuff, it's gonna look awesome because it's such a good leather, Double shot is unreal. So. Yeah,
but I mean, you still to put the time in and cut it all and punch all your holes and stuff. Like you did a great job, man. Like very clean, very nice lines.
Yeah.
Just I love that system you made in the back, like on your backpacks.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
That's everything. Like that's the total comfort.
Yeah.
Package. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem with knapsacks. Like they were always sagging on your back.
Right.
And it's like you alleviated that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, by the way. That's very nice of you to say those compliments. This is yours. So I'm about to stick this down, but it's already riveted in.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I love that color.
Yes. British tan double shot, the original.
The original, baby.
Yep. So that'll
I like the simpler, like for me, that's something I prefer because I'm very like for what I would use it for, that's perfect.
Right. It's easier to install and easier to use too. Like if you like just, you know, my original.
Yeah, you got room. You got more room, I find, right? Because you're not, and that's what I need, right? Like,
yeah, you'll be able to throw stuff in there like headphones or something, keys, anything that you need to reach and grab quick. You'll have access to that real fast.
Oh yeah, and you can just see the quality of that leather, man. It's just.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
I bet you it smells amazing.
Yes, it does. Seidel does a really good job with their double shot. I love it.
Yeah, double shot is. I just got my Parkhurst in the double shot from Seidel, and I'm telling you, it's phenomenal.
So good. Yeah, your pair in particular in that natural, it came out so. It's the natural pair, right?
Or, yeah, they're already patinating.
So these are the straps that are going on yours.
Oh, right oh, yeah. Here's Pablo. Show him that. Show him that. That's incredible, Dale. Show him the bag, and there's the bag. Oh, that's my bag.
Yeah, that's so Mario's bag. Yep. I need to stitch that flat down, but
so then you have the rivets, and then he's gonna stitch.
Yep.
And then that's
a pocket.
Yeah. Yep. That'll be a pocket, and then yeah, I already got the base roll buckles installed.
Look at that, eh?
Those are nice rivets, Dale.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, those aren't going anywhere. Man.
Yeah, double riveted in, leather washers.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
What kind of leather is that?
This is British tan double shot from Seidel. So.
Okay, so you're not joking around.
No.
Yeah, nice. What? Yeah, show him the apron, Dale.
Oh yeah. I was telling Mario if you want, I'm going to be shipping him this probably in a week or so. If you want, I built an apron for myself. This was kind of a prototype, but if you want, I'll make you one too. Send it in the same box.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll.
That is awesome,
that's an upgrade from this one. So.
Oh, cool.
Look at the hardware. Look at the hardware.
Yeah, that's spectacular.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
So you got the D rings, you got a stitch and double rivets.
Wow. Yeah. So you can just loop it, and
the swivel buckles are double riveted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Swivel buckles. The one thing I'll say that I don't like about mine is that it's very heavy, especially on the neck here with this roller buckle.
Yeah.
So
you know what you should do, Dale? Move the buckle lower on one side.
Okay.
So then it's not resting on your neck.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, get it more on your chest or your shoulder, in that area. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna adjust that a little bit.
I do a lot of purse straps and stuff, like adjusting the length.
Okay.
So what I always do is I try to adjust the buckle strap lower down so it's not on the customer's shoulder.
That already feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then adjust this camera. Yeah, and so the way that I designed it, and this, like I said, this was more of a prototype, so it might not be like the best design yet, but
pretty close. Oh, nice.
To have two D-rings.
Keep it
Keep it tight. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we could talk. Whatever specs you want on yours.
Yep.
Like I said, this was my prototype. This was my first one that I made, and so it didn't come out perfectly, but I still use it. I love it. So yeah, whatever leather you want and pocket configurations, I'll slap it together, and I'll send it in the box with Mario's bag.
Dale, you do great work, man.
Oh, thank you, sir. I love it. I don't have to tell you guys, working with leather is just as fun as using it.
It's awesome, dude. You know what, man? I wish you would come up here one summer.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, I mean, like, welcome to stay in my place, man.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah.
I got 3 acres. It's like you're living in the country for a week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lots of room.
I would love to.
Yeah, you can come and cobble, and
we'll
go and have a good time and show you around.
Yeah, no, that apron design is it's awesome, man. Like it just screams like craftsmanship, detail. Like it looks everything's so strong and reinforced.
Yes.
So yeah, those are going to be popular.
Yeah, thank you.
The leather is beautiful.
Yeah, this leather that it's made of is Tasman's Olivet Bison, it's called.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
You made a bag out of that, didn't you? That bison?
Yeah, the first bag I ever made was made of bison. This
Yes.
Olivet Bison. This stuff is Acadia leathers. It's basically their version of Chrome Excel. This is called Autumn Harvest, but it's
Yes.
basically brown Chrome Excel. Not quite the same, but it's basically, I could tell it's a chrome tan with like a, it's a brown base tannage. Yeah, I've got a lot of the British tan double shot and a lot of the oxblood double shot. So,
Beautiful.
Whatever color you want, just let me know. Or if you want to do a color combo,
Are you hand sewing your stitching?
Yeah, it's all hand stitched. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't really have a machine. I have this cheap one here that I got on Amazon for like $140.
Oh yeah, no, that's not good.
Yeah. So I don't even know how to use it yet. And it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to like be a good sturdy machine and like.
Is there a pedal?
No, it's a hand crank.
Okay, hand crank. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it's got a good reputation. It's basically the AK-47 of stitchers. It'll never break, but it's not fancy.
But I like the hand stitched quality factor. I don't know. To me, it seems more old school, old
Right.
world.
It is, and I get a lot better, more exact of a stitch, and I could reinforce the seams by doing loop stitches. It's something you can't do with at least not to my knowledge, with a stitching machine. So that's why I like to do like everything by hand, because it just creates, everything's, under my control.
Well, it's like when we welt, right? Like I can put as much force on it. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Get that closer. Let me see. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That looks crazy sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
You can just control it every step of the way.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Nothing's gonna go wrong when you're hand
No,
stitching.
no, not with that, man. When you hand stitch, it's you can feel the tension.
Yeah.
You can control so many things, right?
You have so much more control. If you mess something up, it's easy to fix. Structurally, like my seams, you can see on the inside of yours here.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
See, every other one, I do a loop stitch here to reinforce those seams.
Wow.
So you could try to rip that apart. You rip the leather before you rip the seams,
That's not going anywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like when I weld.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welding the leather, basically.
That's literally what's happening. And so I like the idea of the hand stitch. It's more old world, and that's what we're into. So might as well keep it going. It works, and takes a while, but it's a labor of love, I feel. Until I find a really good stitching machine, I'm just going to keep hand stitching. So
yeah, I don't know. I would kind of keep that, period. What are your 5 favorite boots? And can you pull them out?
Oh man, good question. 5 favorite boots. Oh shoot, that's hard. Uh-oh.
I know. I get that question all the time. I want to see what you do. I'll make it easier for you.
I need to meditate.
Let's do American or like, let's say American companies only.
Okay.
All right. For now.
Yeah.
And let's say, let's put Grail, like, like your Grail style boots, your 5, like best leathers. How's that? Is that better?
That's a lot better. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me
because I understand. I got lots of favorite boots. So.
Right. I'll pause the recording. Give me 1 second. I'll grab them. Right. I made a few selections. So Mario asked me the most difficult question you could ask a boot collector, which is, what are your top 5 favorite boots? And then I'm like, can't do that. We need to be a little bit more specific. So we went for top 5 American boots, and then top 5 foreign made boots / exotic boots. So Let's start with the American ones. All right, so they're all basically going to be Truman boots. So we'll start off with black burgundy Rambler Truman boots.
Oh, black burgundy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've never even seen those, Dale.
It's a deep color.
Yeah.
It's like a black cherry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost purple.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, I haven't even seen those before.
Yeah, they're nuts.
Why don't they bring that back? I would buy those. It's like a wine color.
Yeah, it's like wine. Yeah.
Like Merlot.
Yes. It's similar to the Aubergine horse rump, but it's actually so there's purples, and I think it's purple underneath, but black waxes on the surface, so it makes it black and burgundy, sort of.
Oh my God. I love that boot.
That's beautiful.
I gotta get that. Hey, talk to Truman and tell him I want that boot.
I will. I'll message them.
Yeah, tell them to bring that leather back.
Yeah, I'll send them this video. Just be like, hey, just watch this.
Yeah, I would definitely buy those boots.
Oh, they're just so amazing. Next up, and you might recognize the laces on these.
Yes, I do. Yep.
Came from your shop.
Yes, sir.
So these are my evergreen Chisos on the 20 last Truman boots.
Nice.
Incredible leather.
Yeah.
I love that green Chiha. It's so good.
I have those boots too, Dale. Yeah. On a 79 last with the cap toe.
Awesome.
Yeah. Incredible. Same thing when you go from indoor light to outdoor light.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a whole different ballgame. The leather's incredible.
Yeah. They're so nice.
Beautiful leather, man.
Yeah. And this one, I did the roll top on there too.
Nice.
See that a little better? Yeah, I don't know if the flashlight's helping or not, but
oh yeah, I know it does. The flashlight brings out the color.
Yeah. And then your olive
paracord laces.
Yeah.
Paracords. Yes.
Yeah.
And talk about those again. Those are you said 9-strand?
Yes, they're 9-strand, and you can pull 650 pounds before they break.
Whoa.
Per lace. Yeah.
Dang.
Those are the different colors we got.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And different kind of egglets too.
Different colors.
Silver, antique brass, and brass.
Whoa. Awesome.
Oh, they're sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, if you ever need any laces, just let us know, buddy.
Yeah, sounds good. Indestructible is what those are.
Any length you want. So if you find you need a certain length or like what really works for you,
yeah,
let us know. Okay. So
yes,
that's number four, correct?
Yeah, that was 4 navy wax flesh uplands.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I own those.
Yeah.
I love that boot.
Yeah, love these. My only regret with these is going all eyelets instead of doing a couple speed hooks at the top, maybe 3 speed hooks. I should have done that, but I still freaking love these. Oh man,
it's easy to do though, Dale. You can go right through the eyelets with the speed hook.
Okay.
And just have Sunny squash them and use the eyelets as washers.
Really? Okay, yeah. That's good to know. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, just have him hammer them down flatter.
Yeah. Okay.
And once he's done pressing, then just hammer them down even flatter.
Okay.
You take the dies out, put them in a vise.
Yeah.
Slide your boot in that's got the eyelet on it, and hammer it flatter, and it'll hold the washer tight.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah. I think so. I've never set one before, but it sounds easy enough.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Great leather. I love that leather.
Yeah. The navy wax flesh is just, it's something else, man. I mean,
yeah. And I love it when it starts fuzzing up.
Yes.
In certain spots. Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, it gives it a different look, different dynamic.
Yes, exactly.
So many different textures. You still get shiny spots, but then you get the dulled out fluffy spots. I think it's great.
Right, especially right here, man.
Yeah, you can't buy that stuff, you got to build it.
Exactly. That's well said. All right. Next up, you probably know what the last two are going to be. Do you know, Mario?
I'm gonna guess Saddle Tan and the Maduro Shell.
Um, so these are American made, and I picked all
Oh,
five.
sorry. My bad. Hold on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got to be Coach Rambler.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say either Gingembre or it's gonna be a Rambler for sure.
They are. And actually, I'm wearing Gingembre.
Oh, you're wearing the Gingembre.
Yes, right now. So I can't show them, but
Stone Rambler.
Stone and Coach.
I can't get my hands on the Stone. Every time I go to get it, it's sold out.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the. This is everything I've ever wanted in a boot, basically.
That is everything in a boot.
Yeah.
That's my next boot.
Yeah.
That purple one.
Yeah, that Stone Rambler. I mean,
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. And it's really fuzzing out right here. I don't know if the camera can capture.
Oh, yeah, I can see it now. Yep. Yeah. That's gorgeous, man.
Crazy. Yes. And then obviously Coach Rambler.
Coach is phenomenal, man.
It's just
nothing looks like Coach Rambler, right?
Nothing does.
Nothing.
It's its own thing.
Yeah. So. Like those last two you picked are phenomenal. Like it's a coin toss.
Oh yeah, I can't choose between the two.
Yeah, you can go 1 and 1, 1 and 2, like either way. It's
right.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
all those shoes I agree with. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, so those are my top 5 American boots.
Yeah, Truman's definitely that's mostly what I'm buying, Truman, right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, they just run so many good exotic colors and leathers, and
they're doing a great job, man.
They're just doing such a good job. Yeah, it's hard.
And I've noticed too now on their welts, their stitching has gotten a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're getting more stitches per inch.
On some of them, I think they varied that up. So like on the navy wax flesh, actually, you can see.
Yeah, mine are like that as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still not bad though. It's
right. I want to say like 5 SPI, and this was something that I actually wanted to talk to you guys about too. Was these are also like a pretty low stitch per inch count.
Yes, those are tighter. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, but I heard recently that it's kind of like putting like 10 locks on your door. It's like at a certain point you're just weakening the wood with more locks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like screwing into it more. I wonder if it's kind of like that way with stitching too. It's like, with more stitches you actually have more holes in the leather.
Yes, you do.
And so it's sort of give and take, I think. Like
structurally, I don't think it makes a difference.
Okay. Yeah.
With what?
The stitches per inch
on the welt?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It doesn't make a difference. It's just all
where it makes a difference is where when you resole them and your cobbler doesn't A, pick the stitches from the welt, or B, misses the holes and then punctures new holes into the welt, then you're really hacking up the welt, and that's going to weaken it for sure.
Yeah, what he's saying is like when you put let's say like the iron boots.
Yeah.
The more stitches you put, you're actually making more holes in the welt.
Yes.
So, and what we're saying with the Truman, like even though they're a little longer, it's probably even a bit stronger because you're puncturing that leather less. You're not perforating it as much.
Yeah.
But because of the glue and everything, I think even the stitches in general, if you ask Pablo, he's the cobbler, but I find they're all, it's second after the glue. I'm finding.
Yeah, and the welt, the leather is so strong too. Like it's a thick veg tan leather. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to test that really. It would be interesting to see. Just bending it and flexing it and see if that has. But
I don't think it matters.
With all the Goodyear welted shoes I've seen, I've never seen the lower SPI shoes come in with a damaged welt versus the longer SPI footwear.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just the visual.
It's aesthetics, I think.
I think I agree with that. I think it is aesthetic because like in my bags, so I have what is it? I have 6 millimeter punches, 5 millimeter, 4 millimeter, and 3 millimeter. Like I just use the 6 millimeter ones because like A, it's less stitching, but B, I haven't found that more holes is necessarily like a good thing.
Yeah.
And especially dealing with a larger structure like a bag, it's like you're saying, like with the boots, it's gonna definitely be a visual thing, but I don't know if it's so much a structural advantage to have more holes. But I think we're at a certain point just splitting hairs. You know what I mean? Like
Those are sick.
Let me guess.
yeah,
Sahara, Chloe, Olive, Horse.
yep.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Wow.
these are going to be my top 5 exotic / foreign made boots. So yeah, Tahura.
Over the pair.
And with the stitching too, like the technique,
Wow.
the technique you're using and the thread you're using is more important than the SPI.
Look at the double welt.
Okay. Gotcha.
Double welt construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ordered that same pair, Dale, because I saw yours.
Look at that color.
Yeah.
Because of you, I ordered those, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Except I did the opposite. I ordered those in black, and
Yeah.
I got the cap toe version in the olive.
Oh, cool.
Because I didn't want to copy you 100%.
Right.
So I had to change the color.
Inspired by, but not duplicating, right?
Yeah.
It's always a good move.
Yeah. Well, I still got that leather, just in a different model.
Right on.
It looks great though. With wear, they actually look better. They lighten up.
Oh yeah, they look so good. They probably need a conditioning, but I'm holding off for now. I think it's.
Oh yeah, there's no need with that horse.
All right, so next up, this will be my natural shell cordovan Grant Stone, honey glazed.
Natural.
Yeah.
Look at the patina on that.
Yeah, insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. These have really patinated very nicely, in my opinion. So
that's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely got it. These are definitely in my top 5 for sure.
Check these out. Show Pablo those again. Pull those up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What those are.
Looks like a shell or a horse, like a shinky shell. Is it a Grant Stone?
Yep.
You got it both.
Yeah.
Grant Stone, natural shell.
Oh,
and look at the patina.
Wow.
It almost starting to look like a cigar shell.
You got the honey, you got the darker browns. Oh wow. Some reds.
Yeah.
Was that the honey glaze or was that like natural?
Yeah, that's honey glazed. It's
that's honey glazed. Yeah. So that is their natural, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Look at the patina.
I love the way shell folds and breaks in.
Yeah, it almost looks like the saddle tan now.
Yeah.
Saddle tan and natural shell.
Wow.
Can't tell.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Can barely tell the difference.
And that's why I love that Battle Lassie leather. It just, like I'm getting reds, a lot of reds and purples in mine.
Okay, interesting.
And I don't know how I'm doing it. Like you're getting a lot more browns.
Right.
But if you go on my IG and you look at mine, I'm getting some crazy reds and purples in it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, my trick is to wear them in like when it's raining.
Yeah.
And when it's snowing out, I'll wear them.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't touch them. When I get in the house, I'll just let them sit and dry wet like that.
Yeah.
And that's how I form all those nice little spots and colors. And
yeah. These will really patina so great the more you wear them. I mean, the veg tan just patinas just amazingly. So
Grant Stone are phenomenal too, man.
Yeah.
Truman and Grant Stone are where it's at right now. I think
it really is for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask me, that's what I say anyway.
That's from experience. That's what I say too. So
definitely. Yeah.
Hey, what's next? Oh, the natural.
Yep.
The natural waxed shell.
Chloe crust shell.
Yeah.
For Have Goods engineers.
Yeah, Meerman does that too. I got a pair and they call it waxed shell.
Wax shell. Okay.
Yeah. It's the same thing, except that's in the natural.
Yes.
I have it in olive green.
Okay, awesome.
Or sorry, caper green. Caper green. Yeah, so they make a caper green shell.
Yeah.
And it's like a really fine suede, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's almost like a nubuck.
Yes, like a nubuck, really fine nubuck, suede, like a velvet.
Yeah.
Feel to it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's different. It's a different animal altogether.
It really is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my stitched down patina Thunderdome pair. You can see where it used to look. That's closer to the original color.
Wow.
So they darkened up.
Do you notice too, like when you wear selvage, it actually bleeds into the boot?
Yes. Yes, I have noticed that. You can.
Yeah, there it is. There, yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see that. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too. My green ones are all taking on like a blue tinge to them.
Right.
From the indigo. So yeah, it's great, man.
Awesome.
Awesome boots. I got the same boots, Dale.
Yeah.
In double horse front coming.
Really?
Same height. Yeah.
I can't wait to see those.
Yeah.
Double horse front will be a very good leather for the engineer for sure.
Yeah, that's why I picked it. Yeah, I thought it would be a nice solid leather for it.
These are some Tahuras in double horse front. And yeah, they would make, I think, a better engineer than the crushed shell. I picked this crushed shell because it's gonna patina the most wildly.
Oh, I think it looks great. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But I think you made a good choice on the double horse front. I think that's a fantastic leather for an engineer.
Yeah.
That'll be spectacular.
I ordered those too.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah, because of you. I ordered both those boots because of you. Like the Tahura. Really? The Tahura, all three of those boots I saw in your videos.
Okay.
So I got them, but I got the little different builds on them.
He's not joking.
Right.
Did, man. He came in here the next day and said,
I'm ordering
these boots,
those.
I bought these boots.
Yeah.
Aero Surfer LV. He's got a sick collection.
Yeah.
Well, that influence, Dale.
Thank you. I'm humbled. I'm glad I could share the love and the ideas and the enthusiasm.
Yeah, like I said, I changed them up a little bit because I'm not a copycat. So
right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so those are Tahuras and double horse front, and yeah, just an unexpectedly favorite of mine so far. They got that really nice kilty in there too, so I think that lends to a really sleek, lace to toe.
Beautiful, yeah.
And I'm starting to really like the heels.
They're manlier than I thought they would look. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the creme de la creme for me, foreign made boots. It's going to be my Grant Stone Maduro shell brass boot right there. So
yeah, man.
You're not afraid to wear them either. I love it.
Yeah.
Some people are. They're afraid to wear their shell in particular. They don't want to wear it.
Right. I know someone like that.
I know someone named Mario like that too.
Yeah. Actually, I wore my Maduros. I won't wear my Alden color number 8s though. My U-tip. I just can't put a wrinkle in them. I just can't.
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
It's stressful. It is stressful because they're so perfect out of the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one pair I think I'm just going to leave for my son.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I won't wear them. They're not going to, they're just there to look at.
Right.
And it's through Dale too, where we kind of have been motivated to wear our shell cordovan more too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it's so tough. It's so durable. Like it's meant to be worn.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it is footwear and you should wear them. So even with my Meerman, my Navy museum shell, like I was like, I didn't want to wear them, but now it's like, you got to enjoy them. Like, you got to enjoy them.
I agree. I relate the concept to how like a fine wine, they say, oh, let it age. But most wines these days are meant to be drank now.
Right.
Don't spend $200 on a bottle of wine and let it sit on your shelf for 15 years. Like, no, drink that thing,
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I got a bottle of Hennessy that's sitting on a shelf that I got like 25 years ago.
Whoa.
I said I would drink it when I made my first million. So
Awesome.
still waiting.
Well, now that you have the boot obsession, it's never going to happen. Just like the wine, like the boots, money's meant to be spent.
Well, like I said, we put aside for it, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't drink, I don't party, I don't travel, so I buy boots.
Right. Yeah, you pick your vices. I put my 10% away, and then the rest, it's like family and friends and fun, and enjoy life, because that's what
life's too short. Yeah, you can't take it with you.
Right.
You save a little for the kids, and then you buy boots.
Yep, buy boots and enjoy it. You work hard. You gotta play hard too. So
Pablo talked me into wearing my Maduros, so I'm wearing them tomorrow. I'll be wearing them.
Awesome. Yeah. I've got a second set of Maduros right here, the Edwards.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm wearing tomorrow, Dale. They're fantastic, eh? Oh. I love the heel.
Yeah.
I love the heel, like how smooth it is, and the way it forms to your, like, you can feel the sides, the way it forms to your heel and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the heel counter and everything. It's just fantastic.
Right. I agree.
And you see that nice bend they put on there,
the back heel stay or the back heel counter.
The back heel stay, yeah.
It's so ergonomic or curvaceous, or I really like that area right here.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, that's so good right there.
Yeah, and the foxing, the way they do the foxing looks great.
Oh yeah, what's the foxing?
Well, you see how there's no it's the stitching. They stitched the heel cover on the inside, and you just see the stitches on the outside there.
Oh yes, yeah.
I think it's called the foxing. Yeah, I believe that's called foxing or something.
Okay. Yeah, and it's
Pablo, is this called foxing? Like when you don't have a heel counter type thing and you just see the stitches, like my Edward boots.
Oh, right.
Is that called the foxing or something?
I think it is, and I think there's two meanings, like in the cobbler world. I think foxing is also like on a hiking boot or something. It's the rubber rand that goes around the sidewall of the shoe. Okay. And then you would adhere the sole. That's called a foxing rand. And I think in shoemaking, that would be foxing as well.
Yeah, that's something I definitely did not know. I thought this was just cosmetic, but you're saying there's actually like a piece in there that this.
Yeah, like if you look on the inside of the boot, you see those. Where are those stitches?
I don't see them because it's lined.
Yes, that's right. So that's what's holding your heel counter.
Okay.
And then the lining goes over top.
Interesting. Yeah, because I could feel it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's something definitely structural here that's not here. So.
That's the heel. That's a piece of leather they stitch, and then they put the lining over top, I believe.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
And always learning something new.
Yeah. And then if you look at your diesel boot, it's stitched right through.
Yes. Yeah, the diesel has a separate piece of leather here.
That's right. Yeah. So they stitch that right on.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Whereas the other one, you're stitching from the inside, like they stitch it from. They stitch the heel counter on the inside. Okay. That's why you just see the stitches.
Interesting. That makes a lot of sense. What an amazing talk. I have to say my mind is blown. It's been great to see you guys and to finally, get a face-to-face going and pick your brains, learn some, share ideas, share our love for boots. It's been an amazing talk. And I think the community is really going to eat it up. So
you have yourself, Dale. I'm telling you, it's been a great talk. I'm impressed with everything you've done, and you guys have stay safe down there and say hi to everybody from Canada, buddy.
Absolutely. Will do. Thanks so much to you and Pablo for taking the time today. It's been just a great talk, very fulfilling, and I learned a ton, and I look forward to doing this again here soon. So
okay. Us right, too. Thank you.
Sounds good. Well, be in touch, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, Dale, you take care. We'll see you, buddy.
All right, you too. Thank you, sir.